This is Tears of the Bow. This is Africa Boys Storytelling. Every week we bring you the best of African stories from all over the continent. I'm your host. Today's story comes to us from the Democratic Republic of Congo and was sent in by one of our listeners. It's about a young boy who carved wooden toys for a living. One day he met an American tourist who bought all of his toys and took him back to the United States. In America, he became famous and made millions of dollars selling his artwork. But he never forgot his roots. He remained humble and continued to help the less fortunate. This is the story of the boy who became a millionaire by carving wooden toys. When the sun sets over the horizon, casting long shadows across the dusty plains of Congo, a lone figure can be seen sitting beneath the sprawling branches of an ancient baobab tree. This is Jabari, a 12-year-old boy whose life has been forever altered by the brutal realities of war that have robbed him of his parents and left him to fend for himself on the unforgiving streets of Kinshasa. With no one to care for him, Jabari found solace in the sturdy trunk of the baobab tree, which became his home and a silent witness to his struggles. As the months turned into years, Jabari's indomitable spirit refused to be broken. Instead of succumbing to despair, he channeled his energy into learning the art of carving wooden toys from scraps of wood he found lying around. His nimble fingers, guided by an innate creativity, would transform ordinary pieces of wood into intricate and lifelike toys that soon caught the attention of people passing by. Were often amazed by the skill and precision with which he worked, and some would stop to admire his creations or even buy them from him. One of these passers-by was a young woman named who had known Jabari since he was just a small child before the war. She remembered him as a bright and cheerful kid who always had a smile on his face, despite the difficult circumstances he lived in. When she saw him again, she was struck by how much he had changed, but also by the resilience and determination that had brought him to this point. Despite the meager earnings from his carvings, Jabari was able to use the money to buy food and clothing, which helped him survive on the streets. He still had nightmares about the war and the loss of his parents, but he was determined to make something good out of his life and honor their memory. One fateful day, a tourist from America came across Jabari's makeshift workshop and was immediately captivated by his unique wooden toys. Intrigued by the boy's talent and saddened by his story, the tourist decided to buy all the toys Jabari had made. Then he offered Jabari a chance to come with him back to the United States, where he could attend school and continue honing his craft. Jabari, hesitant at first, eventually agreed to go with the tourist, leaving behind the only home he had ever known in the hopes of a better future. Upon arriving in America, Jabari was enrolled in a local school where he began learning English and about the American way of life. He quickly made friends with some of the other students who were fascinated by his stories of growing up in the Congo. Meanwhile, the tourist who had brought him to America, whose name was Michael, introduced Jabari to a number of influential people in the art world. It wasn't long before Jabari's exceptional talent and unique perspective captured the attention of art lovers and collectors alike. His wooden toys, imbued with the spirit of his homeland and the resilience of his character, became highly sought-after items. Jabari's rise to fame was he was featured in prestigious art galleries. His work was displayed in prominent museums, and his sculptures graced the homes of some of the most influential people in society. With each passing year, his reputation grew, drawing in larger crowds of admirers, eager to own a piece of his extraordinary artistry. Throughout his newfound success, Jabari remained humble and grounded, never forgetting the hardships he had endured to reach that point. He used his platform to advocate for children in similar situations as his, donating a portion of his earnings to organizations that provided education and health care to underprivileged kids in the Congo. Jabari's story touched the hearts of many Americans who were inspired by his determination and creativity in the face of adversity. As Jabari's fame grew, so did his circle of friends. Among them was a young woman named Abina, who had also moved to America from Africa. Unlike Jabari, Abina had grown up in relative privilege, but she had always felt a deep connection to her roots and had worked tirelessly to support various charities that helped improve the lives of those less fortunate. When she first met Jabari, she was immediately drawn to his quiet strength and the depth of his character, seeing in him a kindred spirit who shared her passion for making a difference in the world. They quickly became close friends, spending hours talking about their dreams and aspirations for the future. Abina had known Jabari for a while. When she started to develop feelings for him, however, she knew that he was still struggling to adjust to life in America and didn't want to complicate things by making a move on him. She decided to wait until he was ready to start dating, and in the meantime, simply be there for him as a friend. Jabari, for his part, had no idea that Abina had such strong feelings for him. He was still dealing with the trauma of his past and wasn't sure if he was ready to trust someone enough to start a relationship. The thought of love seemed like a distant memory, something he had once shared with his parents but had never experienced in his own life. As time went on, though, Jabari began to open up to Abina, sharing his deepest fears and insecurities with her. He found comfort in her warm embrace and the way she always knew how to make him laugh. Slowly but surely, Jabari started to fall in love with Abina, realizing that she was more than just a friend to him. Meanwhile, Michael, the man who had rescued Jabari from the streets of Congo, continued to play an important role in his life. He acted as a mentor to Jabari, offering guidance and advice whenever the young artist needed it. Michael was overjoyed to see Jabari succeed and knew that he had made the right decision in bringing him to America. He was also happy to see Jabari find love with Abina, believing that she was a wonderful person who would make him happy. Years went by, and Jabari and Abina's love grew stronger with each passing day. They got engaged in a small ceremony attended by their closest friends and family, and soon after they were married. Their wedding was a beautiful celebration of their love and a testament to the power of hope and resilience. As Jabari and Abina's love story unfolded, so did their careers. Jabari's art became known around the world, and he continued to use his platform to make a positive impact on the lives of others. Abina, meanwhile, became a successful businesswoman. But she never forgot the importance of giving back and continued to support various charitable causes. Together, they built a life filled with purpose, passion, and most importantly, love. They had 2 children, a boy and a girl, who they named Kivu and Liana, after 2 of the most beautiful rivers in the Congo. Jabari and Abina raised their children with the values of kindness, compassion, and hard work, instilling in them the importance of giving back to the community. As Jabari looked back on his life, he couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for everything he had accomplished. From his humble beginnings in the Congo to his newfound success in America, his story was a testament to the power of perseverance and the importance of never giving up on your dreams. He had lost both his parents to war, but he had found a new family in Michael Abina and his children. He had become a renowned artist, but he never forgot the struggles he had endured to get where he was. And above all, he had found love again, proving that even in the darkest of times, hope and happiness can prevail. If you liked this episode, don't forget to show us some love by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Until next time, keep listening and stay inspired.